everyone, welcome to Amarcast Tech News Update 22nd June 2020. Now, the first news is the WWDC is happening in a few hours, and we are expecting some updates to the OSs like iOS, macOS, WatchOS, and TVOS, and there may be a new iMac as well. So I've shared a CNET link, and you can go through it. I'm a big fan of Apple, but I'm not a big fan of Apple events. I think these events, in my view, try to position Apple as a company larger than life and towards humanity and all. I think they are like any other capitalistic company, and they unnecessarily try to make everything about ecologically friendly things and this and that. And I think some of it relating to increment in their bottom lines is a little cheesy, but that's okay. Every company has a strategy. But in any case, I expect a lot of COVID and COVID relief and how Apple is solving COVID and Black Lives Matters, etc. kind of things. So I hope my prediction is true. Next news, quite interesting news. Now, the number one online brokerage firm, Zerodha, I hope I'm right about it being number one. I think they beat ICICI Bank sometime last year or last year. They are spending around 60-65 crores in a buyback, stock options plan. And this particular plan is a little out of the ordinary because what they're doing is they're doing it at a 4x of the book value of share, which is 170 rupees. They're doing around 700 rupees. And this is converting their current valuation into 7,000 crores or around a billion. Now, it's a great thing that they're paying this money to the employees and employees are getting benefited from it. Although, the timing is a little odd. In the COVID scenario, everybody's trying to kind of hold on to the cash, and they are doing this. So one of my predictions, maybe I'm overthinking, is that they're taking back the ESOPs, so they're getting the equity back, and probably they are hoping for another round of investment. So they're trying to do two things. One, they are trying to prove that they are a billion-dollar company since they have exercised a certain share price. And secondly, since the all the ESOPs are no longer there, so they are out for a clean deal, because a lot of these investors, they don't like a complex equity structure and a complex ESOP structure, so they want to come all clean. So maybe Zerodha is going to raise a lot of money. That's what my feeling is. Otherwise, this seems a little odd at this point in time to kind of pay off the ESOPs. And generally, I have not seen anybody, kind of pay off ESOPs by this kind of a composite buyback. So I kind of feel that this is one, to prove that they're a billion-dollar company, and two, I bet they have some investment coming up soon or sooner than later. Next is a very interesting story, which came in Business Insider. Now, it talked about Chinese big investments in India and their bets in India. And they've given details of how Tencent, Alibaba, Xiaomi have invested heavily into Byju, Ola, Dream11, Flipkart, Hike, Swiggy, Udaan, Gaana, Bigbasket, Paytm Mall, Snapdeal, Zomato, Hungama, Sharechat, ZestMoney, OA, Rickshaw, and so on, many companies. And how the border dispute is going to impact this. So I think, we had this April announcement from the government that FDI from the neighboring countries, especially the countries where we share the borders, would have to get some permissions. But there've been some question marks on that, since a lot of Chinese investment has not come through China. So like Alibaba's investment in Paytm is from Alibaba Singapore Holdings. So they are not getting recorded as Indian government as Chinese investments or the border nation investment. And the investments which have directly come from China, they will have some issues like right issuances, share buybacks, exits, and it will not be a very smooth movement. So some of these investors will get negatively impacted, and who knows, in this situation government might change the rules. So even if it is Alibaba Singapore Holdings holding some of the Indian company stake, and Alibaba being primarily Chinese company, we may see a new rule that a company which is primarily formed in China will probably take some action. So it is a little bit of a risky play for Chinese investments. Some of these investments are also coming from places like Mauritius and Hong Kong, and we've seen couple of exceptions made on some of the Mauritius deals, and for obvious reasons in terms of tax evasion. So this is quite an interesting story, and I think it's kind of worth reading. The next story is a little old story. It's of 20th June, but I missed it. Now, regarding the border conflict, the Chinese app removed certain posts of Embassy of India. Now, it's not very big. The posts were pretty regular, but I think the MEA spokesperson made a statement that these posts were removed because it. He made a statement against why these posts were removed, and they were reported as violation of regulations, etc. So it's a little bit of a technological war, quote unquote, which both countries are trying to push on each other, and the ground situation kind of stays tense. So I thought I'll just include this news. This is it for today. I'll kind of see you tomorrow. Thank you very much and take care.